fuck. I was trying to do this thing where I was silent until you know, the title screen came up, and then I do an intro, but my controller fell. Okay. Pokemon Red. It is about a decade older than I am. Well, a fat Pikachu. Fairy. And a Squirtle. And a Weedle. You ever wondered why Weedle has horn? Like, not even horns plural, just horn. Text speed, fast, bounce, animation, on, off, on, shift set. If you're wondering, hey, why is this video in my feed? I'm the guy who uploaded the VOD of Jello Apocalypse's Lemonade stream. The first one, not the one that he did for charity. It's the one that he did for his birthday. Well anyways. Yeah, that's not... I just posted that because I really like the original video. That's not the type of content that I'm gonna be doing. But, would like it if you sticked around for a little bit. This man looks at you. Look at that sprite. This man looks at you. This man looks at you like you just killed his granddaughter. You may, as you might be able to tell, yeah, this isn't the regular... This isn't regular Pokemon Red. This is Pokemon Perfect Red. Basically, when it comes to the change, and the changes are basically just like, you have different front and back sprites. Ghost now deals super effective damage to Psychic. You can be a boy or a girl. Pokemon evolve. Trade Pokemon. I got it. Trade evolutions now evolve via level instead of trades because, you know, there is like 2 emulators that let you choose what they'll let you trade between 2 save files of Pokemon Red. And understandably, that doesn't make... That's not very conducive to playing on emulator. Yes, I'm playing on emulator. Don't worry, I got the ROM legally. You can catch every Pokemon in the entire game. Version exclusives are 1 or 5%. I don't know. Depending on... Are a 1 or 5%, depending on which version you're using. Yeah, this has a red and blue version, but like the latest versions have Pokemon exclusive to the other version, like Perfect Blue has Pokemon exclusive to Red. The first version of Perfect Red and Blue had... Okay, your name's Blue. The first version of Pokemon Perfect Blue, Red and Blue made it so that versions exclusive to the other games, so like Ekans in Pokemon Red, they were available in all the areas that they were originally available in. They were just a 1%. The 2020 revamp, which is the one that I'm using, has them set to like a 5%. So they're still rare, but they're not exactly, you know, super rare. Yeah. I have no idea why y'all decided to look at my VOD. VOD, literally me uploading somebody else's content, and went, yep, I'm gonna subscribe to this dude, but, I'll make you a deal. At the end of the episode, I'm gonna give you all a decision. The first person to comment gets to choose. You could just skip over to there, but that would be a dick move. AI is better. after B. The AI from... The AI... I cannot pronounce words. The AI in this version, when compared to the AI from regular Red, is improved. If you catch all 150 non-mythical Pokemon in this generation, then by just going over to where Mew used to be, because, you know, you should have already caught him to get a total of 150 in the Pokedex, you can just run around there and it's a 1% chance. There's a move deleter and a move relearner in Saffron. TMs can be purchased in Celadon. Fossils can be purchased in Celadon as well for 50,000. Also moon zones. Starters can be found in the route before Cerulean, in the route after Charmander, in the route after Nugget Bridge, and Squirtle in the route before Vermilion, with a very small chance of appearing. A lot of bugs have been fixed. There have been a lot of changes to learn sets, but it's still all stuff that the amount of feasible move pools that Pokemon can have at level 100 in this generation is still the same as in vanilla. I cannot words. Move lists from Yellow have been implemented, which is cool. The battle engine has changed a little bit, you know, so that the AI improvements actually work. I chose this version because I'm starting a series. I want this to be a series, and basically what I'm doing is that this save file will be intertwined with a different series that I'm doing at the same time, Pokemon Stadium. Because, I don't know, I thought that'd be cool. So we got our three choices here. We got Bulbasaur. We got Squirtle. Look at that fucking face. Emoji looking ass. And Charmander. Who just looks really fucking weird. I fucking love turtles, so I'm going with the little water dude. Also because they're the latest that you can get. They're obtained at the latest point in the story. They are first able to be obtained at the latest point in the story if you're going through the story the way that Ken Sugimori intended. God. Yeah. I'm not naming them. Also, since you can technically do it in Pokemon Stadium, I made it so that I'm able to do this. This bitch is running at 4 times speed. There's this snot-nosed motherfucker. Hell yeah. Yeah. Gen 1, if you don't know how weird Generation 1 of Pokemon was when it was first released, let me give you a few things. Hyper Beam does not need to recharge. Hyper Beam does not need to recharge when you use it. The bug type had like 4 attacking moves, 2 of which were status, and one of which was not learned by any bug types. You may have been able to infer this from earlier when I was listing off the changes, but Ghost was... Psychic types were immune to Ghost type attacks, of which there was one. Sure, Nightshade exists in this generation, but set damage moves like Psybeam, Nightshade, and Seismic Toss, it did not matter what the opponent was. You could use Seismic Toss on a Ghost type, and that would deal enough and that would still deal damage. Magneton was a pure electric type, because Steel and Dark did not exist, neither did Fairy. I think it was called Chop. Chop was a normal type move instead of a fighting type move. It's one of the moves that Mankey gets. Critical hit rate was based off of speed. If you had stat bonuses, like stat stages, you know, Swords Dance gives 2, Howl gives 1, both of those give to your attack. You know, temporary stat increases. You can use like moves and abilities to increase. If you had one of those, then if you got a critical hit, it will completely ignore the stat bonuses of you and your opponent. So, like, you could have +6 X against a Chansey, and normally that would one-shot. You could have, like, +6 attack bonuses, so, like, 4 times your regular attack. Against a Chansey, and even though that would normally insta-kill them, let's say you're using like a Flareon, no, but since you get a critical hit, sure, the Chansey's almost dead. I have no idea where I'm going with this. You could have a Flareon with +6 attack, use, I don't know, Body Slam against a Chansey, and normally that would insta-kill the Chansey, because Chanseys are not very physically bulky, as you may know. But if you get a critical hit, sure, that's going to be dealing a lot of damage. But it's only going to be dealing 2 times the damage you would have had at 0 attack boosts, instead of 6 attack boosts. So, yeah, sure, that's still a lot of damage, but not as much damage as you would have been doing. That's what I was trying to go for there. That is. I have no idea why they didn't just make this person drunk. It was the 90s. Like, children were watching The Simpsons. I just now realized that I probably shouldn't be doing that. And, why does Pidgey look so round in this generation? Straight up fucking bird orb. Okay. So. Special. I can actually show you this right now. Special attack and special defense did not exist in Generation 1. There was just one stat called special that both factored into how much damage you deal with special attacks and how much damage you take from special attacks. Sorry, I run on with this there. And in turn, that made Amnesia one of the best moves in the game. Not only because it increased special, it essentially increased both. It increased two stats at once, basically, but also it wasn't one stage; it was two stages. So that was broken. Chansey, instead of just being a special wall, she was a special tank. She could not only take special hits, but could deal them out as well. Yeah, I keep forgetting I need to go into the Pokemon. So yeah. Basically what I'm going to be doing this playthrough is that I'm going to be trying to get all 151 Pokemon in the Pokedex. Done this once before, I can do it again. Yeah, I think they misplaced the 0 or the 1 or a 1. Because, like, you have to beat the Route 21 rival fight before you get access to Pokeballs in order to get the extra Pokeballs that Professor Oak can give you, when you bring him the parcel. Okay, I phrased that wrong. Basically, when you deliver Professor Oak the parcel, what I'm doing right now, just straight up go to Viridian City, or I forgot what the city that was. Was my cap green? Go over to Viridian City, you go into the Pokemart, you get the parcel, you go back here, go into the lab, and you have not fainted when you need to have not fainted once. You have beaten the Route 21 rival fight, which would take a significant amount of grinding, without obtaining a single Pokeball before then. So only using your starter. And I don't know. I just don't think that's plausible that they expected anyone to do that. It's a high-tech encyclopedia without a single entry until we make it for you. That's not an encyclopedia. That's just a book. That's just a notepad. God damn it. Notepad. Binder. What is wrong with me? Autism, that's what's wrong with me. I like how he says, I hate to say it. As if he feels anything but an extreme amount of cockiness. Like, no you don't. You absolutely do not. Town map. Cool. Dear Lord, I've been doing this for 20 minutes. Fuck off, Rattata. So, just gonna make my way over to a Poké Center. Don't mind me, just chillin'. Hello there, rat. Yes, I understand. You want to kill me. I'd rather prefer if you didn't do that. One I'm just gonna skip. And I'm back. Don't ask why there's an empty. And it's gone, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter anymore. Well, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna call that a day, but I'm gonna do a quick survey. Prefer this or this? First commenter decides, I guess. Clear or blurry? I'll do it for now. Have a good day. Goodbye.